Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
I'm Mike.
And today we're cracking open a super special bottle, Woodford Reserve Masters Collection. So Mike scored this bottle the other day, and I was going to try to keep it, but I can't wait any longer because this is we gotta try this. You know, we've been uber impressed with the double oak that we have lately. It's been crushing everybody in its competition. So this right here is 124.7 proof. He got it for the low price of $149.99. It needs to be noted that it is a 700 milliliter, like it does oversized. So it is a little bit less for a little bit more. So this is made by Brown-Forman. It is made, the distillery is the Woodford Reserve Distillery, or also called the Brown-Forman Distillery. It was intermingled depending on which website you went on. So this is supposed to be 72% corn, 18% rye, 10% malted barley. It is the same mash bill as the regular Woodford Reserve. So that's the interesting thing to note that I did read. Hopefully it's true, because we always said, you know, every time I drink Woodford, I'm like, it's only 90 proof. But every time, this is a weird bottle for little tiny hands. I was like, you know,
it's cooler.
Huh?
It feels cooler today for some reason.
It's almost slippery. That's why I was like, it just doesn't.
Well, this would not be one you want to drop.
Well, that's why I look at me two-handing it. But it is.
I prefer you not drop this one.
No. So we always said, you know, at 90 proof, you know, I always think it's going to be lacking. But Woodford is always just damn good. It's just good. It's solid. So this is the prime chance to drink it at cask strength, basically, to see is it actually better.
There's really no info on the bottle.
No, so I have no idea.
No age, no nothing on
age stated or anything. It just did say it was the same mash bill. So
wow, it has a unique nose.
It didn't dive out of the glass right there.
It almost.
It was just bringing like just a regular.
You know, this is the most effed up nose ever, but when you go see, you know, when you go see the Clydesdales, when you go up to the horses and you get
talking about the freaking nasty horse smell. I'm not getting nasty horse smell.
I have that. That was my first vision of like, wow, I'm like right there.
Well, that would almost be the leather though. Usually you get the leather off their saddles and the stuff when you get the.
You could call that all together.
Or horse shit. Those are the two things you usually smell.
No, because theirs is like always, it's like hay and
I can honestly say I have never been close up with a Clydesdale. I've never gone to like the Budweiser Clydesdale things. I've never done that.
That's like very odd.
I can say as a kid we toured the Budweiser thing in like Florida at one point. I think
you must have had to go see the horses then.
I don't remember.
They live like kings.
I don't know.
Anyway,
it's not diving out of the glass.
It's definitely not.
It's
not anything that I thought it was going to be when we talk about Woodford and the double oak.
Woodford is not always solid, but like the nose.
This is a different nose.
The nose is. I'm not getting horse shit, but it's not.
I'm
like interpreting it.
It's like
in my own way.
It's like the smell of a horse.
I'm not getting that though.
The horses.
I got to take a sip. Try to.
I have to do something because maybe it's your funky glass.
I don't think I poured myself enough. I was too nervous with your expensive bottles you're going on. Much better palate than waves on a nose. Maybe I took a little baby sip to wake it up.
Maybe there was like funk in the cup. Although you scrub the hell out of them.
I know, and you yell at me, tell me I scrub them too much. So I'm going to go with no on that, but hey, you made me start using a different rag. He said I scrubbed that thing off of him. He blames me. So I'm trying a different approach.
And doesn't he drop the first time he does it?
Mm-hmm.
You do feel the heat,
and
the flavor is better than the nose. The nose is coming around. I lost the horse.
All right,
Thank God.
I want to play devil's advocate here. I got to give it a minute. I got to give it a minute before I do this. But I'm thinking in my head. You can get the average bottle of Woodford Reserve for approximately, say, what, $44?
Probably somewhere in there.
Somewhere in that general range. I think that's the last time I bought it.
Yeah,
I tried to round it up somewhere around there. So you're talking 3, almost 4 times.
3 and
3 and change.
3 and a little one.
And it always drinks like, just like,
Yeah,
we always say it refined, and it's just right there. Like, I wish I had one just to I'd actually throw it up just for the hell of it, just to see the difference. But this one,
now I'm starting to get a light fruit in it, but this nose has been all over the place for me today.
I think you might be broken. You start seeing stars.
I know where you're going because.
Well, because
as much as I wanted to try this,
carameling out
no,
so
it's
much.
not really.
It's not really
bringing you to any of the.
It's not bringing me to an oatmeal. It's not bringing me to a batter.
Nope.
It's not bringing me anywhere. But a light
horse and a light fruit.
And I can maybe go to like a Werther's.
Not even getting that.
Barely.
I'm not even.
I'm talking like you took a couple licks of it and threw it away, because I'm just barely getting a caramel on a nose. It's starting to, so that's why I'm gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to give it a minute to do it. I don't want to rush to judgment.
I can rush to judgment because I'd go get 2 double oaks before I got this. If you want my opinion right now,
look at me try to be nice.
And $7.50.
Who spilled that? Me? Yeah. No. I do like the proof aspect of it.
Okay, I'm not going to argue that point.
The problem with the proof aspect of this, to me, honestly, is it's kind of like what a couple days ago we did the blind, and the first time through it got better afterwards, but the first time through, the stag drank hot for the sake of being hot.
It did.
It didn't bring a ton of flavor. It brought it afterwards when it sat for a little bit. But in the very beginning, it drank. And this to me is kind of in that same. It's not bringing. I think it almost brings more fruit, more flavors, more refined at the 90 proof. Like, this is drinking. It's drinking nice. Don't get me wrong. It is still good. Is it $150 good?
You got my opinion. I'd go get 2 double oaks.
Yeah. No, honestly, that's what I'm thinking, because their double oak has been banging.
I'll buy phenomenal. 2 of those store pick Old Foresters and pay the extra $10.
Oh, I'm okay. So we're in 100% agreement. No, I super wanted to try this.
Or get what? Yep.
And I super wanted to like it.
I'm with.
But I'm. This may open up, because as it keeps sitting in the glass, it keeps getting more caramel. It keeps getting a little bit better.
How many Old Forester 100s or Old Foresters can you get?
No.
6?
Again, this goes back to the
$30.
Someone and funny to be. Someone actually was like, "Oh, look at you guys do bottles that nobody can afford," and I started laughing, because I don't think there's a channel on YouTube that's done cheaper bottles than we have. We started at the bottom, and we still break out $10 bottles every once in a while, and we have some in there that we look for them. But you're not going to know if you like the expensive ones until you try them. But this is the prime example why we do it. This is very good. But he just named a bunch of them that I'm in 100% agreement. I would buy multiple bottles of something else before I would rebuy this bottle.
So even on that, if you're not getting this close to MSRP, you're really going to be getting screwed. Because most of the time, this is behind glass. It's 200 plus, 280.
I very rarely see these. So, I mean, it is getting better in the palate. I do like that.
It's not a $200, $300, $400 bottle.
The proof does bring a lot more viscosity, a lot more flavor, but it's not really. It doesn't have a nose. It's not like
We could pour any one of those Old Foresters right now, and it would.
Well, the JDs actually, all 3 of them JDs. So you're not wrong. It's made by the same people.
Elijah.
They're all. Well, those are all Brown Forman products. You just named all the Brown Forman products.
Well, this then somehow when they have the proof, they lost everything else. I don't get it.
It's still very flavorful. It is still very good. But we're going on now we're factoring $150 good. You know what I mean? So when you start naming bottles you can get for under $100 on a regular that are going to beat it, that's where I agree with you. I 100% agree with you.
And it's smaller.
You did lose 250 milliliters. Yeah, because this is only a 700, so you lost 50 milliliters.
I was super excited.
It is still very good.
It is.
It's still very good. We got to. I want that straight,
if any
so that
of you
people
guys
aren't just
have this-
blasting us saying you guys are crazy. We're not saying it's bad. We're not. You have to read between the lines. We're just trying to figure out. This is sitting on a shelf again. Are you going to buy this, or are you going to? And this is what we get. That's his opinion. That's what he's trying to tell you, and I 100% agree with it. Is I see this again. I'm not running out to go grab this again. I would definitely try to grab something.
You know, this one said 2023, I think, somewhere on here. I thought I did see it somewhere. But if there was a different year, maybe the batch or a different.
Yeah, they only come out like I think once a year, and you got to get them.
You know, you might be able to get. You know, in some little, you know, or New Hampshire used to have them every now and then. But either way, would this be something I'd run out and say I have to have this on my shelf? I'm saying no.
I think
would I go get that JD? Yeah, I'd go get that.
Yeah, for $60, $70. Because there's a couple of people that chimed in because when we put it out and said, "Oh, down here in Florida, it's $64 all day on the shelf," and I'm like, "Yep." You know what I mean? So would I buy that?
Because we can't even get it.
Well, that's what, and I said, yeah. Another reason why I should have moved to Florida. That's what I told them. So, but that's a prime example of. So now you're talking 2 bottles of that Jack Daniels over 1 bottle of this. 100%, I'm buying 2 bottles of that foolproof.
Well, I'm
same
buying
proof.
that and something else, and then I got 2 different bottles.
No, I agree. This is good.
It's a show. It would be okay. I don't know.
It is special.
If you wanted to do a Christmas special. Hurrah,
I do like the proof aspect of it.
I do.
I almost.
I'm just sad.
But I would get 3 regular
Woodfords.
Woodfords. Honestly, I would get 3 because I'm not thinking other than that proof hanging on. I think I'm getting the same flavor profile.
Because remember that one, the bigger one that I ended up getting for Christmas, and it was like the Christmas collection special, and it was even more for the same price, same money, a little less. Yeah,
right, of the regular Woodford. No, I know what you're talking about.
I guess I'm semi-disappointed.
Which
it didn't bring me to the land I was hoping to go to.
I think I hate to make a negative review on it, but because it's not a negative. This is a very good bottle of whiskey, but the price isn't. That's the thing. For that little bump in proof, and it's a little big bump in proof. It's 124.7. They only do 90.
Right.
I thought this would be so much better because it has all the proof, and it's not. It's just moderately better.
With you.
Yeah, it's just moderately better than what the 90 proof is.
It's not moderately better than a double oak.
And no, it's not actually. I believe I agree with you.
The
difference is some of the Woodford Reserves though, they have a 90 proof master's keep that you pay like $150 for.
Well, then you're really getting screwed.
Well, so this at least we get to get the proof out of it. And
I know some are like 131 too. You know, they 134. I thought I seen one, but if this was only 90 proof at $160, it's staying on the shelf.
If we're gonna refer it back to like the JB that barrel proof, which is I forget what exact proof it was, but it was like 128 or something like that. 100% jump on that. If that's like $70, 100% jump on that.
Even if you can buy that Blanton's that we have, that's pretty limited.
I mean, this is carameling out though. This is getting better in the glass as it sits. I mean, it's a very good whiskey. We're hopping on the proof. I mean, on the price. We really are. And a 700 milliliter. He didn't like that when he read that one.
I didn't like that. I think it was $139 we paid for the Blanton's. Yeah. I think I'm almost liking that one better.
Yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing with anything you said. You know what I mean?
That's a first, but
no.
Okay, I'll give you the nose is semi-starting.
It's definitely coming around. It's definitely, and again, as bad as we just talked about this is a very good bottle of whiskey. And if $150 is nothing to you, then this is worth that money. Us, on the other hand, I'll speak for myself. I'm a little bit on the cheaper side. So when it comes down to, I would rather have more for less. So when it comes to that, hence that whole name, it really came from that purpose of that. It is a very good bottle of whiskey. A very good bottle of whiskey.
Now.
But when you start jumping up in the price like that, it's kind of what's kept me from buying the higher aged Calumets. Once you crack that 100, it better wow me. This is good, but I don't know if it's like double wowing me what the regular Woodford would have done. That's my thing.
Out of spite, I will end up getting the owl, and you said you were going to do that.
Oh, the Kentucky Owls, yeah.
Just
No.
see.
Again, we have to check. The only way we're going to know is
75 bottles under the table.
We
don't really have to go shopping for anything. This is one of those, like you said, they don't pop up often.
We did just jump like 65 bottles under it to make this come out because we were super excited to try it. And that's the part where like, dang it, this didn't wow me like I was hoping. And maybe we had high expectations. Maybe that's the case.
We're doing Quest for Best. Are you going to put this in your?
I was just going to, you know, great minds think alike. Because I was just going to say, would you put this in the top 10?
We almost have to in a blind and see where.
Oh no, it's going in a blind.
See where
it's got to go in a blind. But it
wouldn't be my first pick. No,
off of like sampling, even the 4 that we picked.
I don't know.
This would be hard pressed to beat the Bookers we had, and we didn't even like that Bookers when we drank it compared to the other
nose
3.
is carameling out more now though than the Bookers
probably
did.
It is.
And that was a little bit of a shocker because we've never put Bookers against anybody. And we had to talk about that because it was
that was a reality slap.
Right? So
that was a reality slap because we've always put them on a pedestal. And until we just drank them with 3 other big name brands, we never realized it really drank a lot younger and a lot inferior compared to them other 3. It really did. So
I know you got to keep going. I'm only going to take a sip.
Yeah, it's your bottle. You do what you want with it. It doesn't matter to me. This is very, very good. Well, we got a toast anyways. But again, I don't.
Giving you a smidge.
You know, it's one of them you have to look through what we said. It is a very good bottle. And again, it's just. And I agree with you. I've seen it. You know, this is like a starting brand, like 150. If you can get it for around 150. I've seen it up higher, but like normally it's
one at
400.
So if it's at 400, you could just walk on by it to me.
And that's hence why, you know, when you say the whole drinking of it, but then again I say that about Stag. Stag is good at 50. It's not a $400 bottle. You know what I mean?
And I keep walking by it.
I put this in the same category.
Every week I go to that store just to see if it's going to come down.
You know, just because it's allocated or just because it doesn't make it better. So honestly, anyone who has tried this, and I know Danny's gonna he has one, so he's probably already did this by the time this review actually comes out. But leave a comment down below on whether you agree or disagree. This is a very good bottle. I just want to stress that. But I'm looking at $1 point. You know, I'll take that JD. I'll take the JD 12 that we got. And again, that's another one you can't find for. But if you can get that for MSRP at $70 all day long over this, and it's not even half the proof. Well, I shouldn't say it's 107. So you know what I mean. So it's a lot less proof, but I thought it brought a lot more to the table flavor wise. So
and nose.
All right, we beat it up long enough. Very good, but very disappointing to us. That I think that would sum it up. Right, without being
it'll sum it up without me going more negative.
There you go. So there you go. There is the Woodford Reserve Masters Collection. Don't get me wrong. This ain't a drain pour. This is going right down the gullet. So this is going against stuff.
It's not a drain pour. I just don't think it's worth the money.
Honestly, this is going to be one of the ones that may surprise us. Though, as we put it up against other things, it may actually rise to the top, and I hope that's the case.
That would be funny to shut us up.
It'll open. Well, you know what? Sometimes whiskey, when you take that first drink, sometimes is underwhelming. I can tell you these Green Rivers were underwhelming, and they smashed the 2 things in a row. So hopefully this does the same thing, and then it just opens up into something special. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry, Woodford, if you're watching, because this is not the review you were looking for. So spend less, drink more. Cheers. And it's still good. Subscribe. I do